Let me take you back to post-World War I England, a time when the scars of war ran deep and society was rapidly changing. It's here, amidst the rigid traditions of the upper class and the emerging industrial age, that our story begins, a tale of love, defiance and rediscovery. This is the story of Lady Chatterley's Lover by D.H. Lawrence. Picture a grand, sprawling estate called Wragby Hall. Its stone walls stand tall and imposing, a symbol of wealth and power, but within those walls lives a woman trapped. Constance Reid, known to her friends as Connie. Connie is young, intelligent and full of vitality, but her marriage to Sir Clifford Chatterley, a wealthy aristocrat, is anything but fulfilling. Sir Clifford returned from the war paralysed from the waist down. Once a man of charm and energy, he now pours all his attention into his writing and the management of his coal mines. His mind is sharp, but his heart has grown cold. He views his workers as tools, his estate as an extension of his own importance. And his wife? Well, she's little more than a companion for his intellectual pursuits. Connie, though, craves more. She craves intimacy, connection and life beyond the suffocating halls of Wragby. The estate is surrounded by woods, wild and untamed, and it's there in the heart of nature that she begins to escape her stifling existence. One fateful day, during one of her walks, she encounters Oliver Mellors, the gamekeeper. Now, Mellors is a man of contradictions. He's rough around the edges, a former soldier who speaks with a quiet strength. He's fiercely independent, living in a small, secluded cottage on the estate. At first, their interactions are strained, almost confrontational. Mellors is wary of Connie, seeing her as just another member of the upper class. But as time passes, something shifts. Let's pause for a moment. Imagine this. Connie, a woman yearning for warmth, vitality and freedom, finds herself drawn to Mellors, a man who embodies everything her husband and her life lack. Where Clifford represents the cold, mechanical and intellectual side of humanity, Mellors is earthy, raw and deeply connected to nature. Their love story isn't just romantic, it's symbolic. It's about breaking free from the rigid class structures and artificial constraints of their world. As their relationship deepens, Connie and Mellors discover a passion that transcends physical attraction. Their moments together in Mellors' cottage, filled with laughter, tenderness and understanding, become a refuge. Through Mellors, Connie begins to rediscover her own desires, her own identity, and the vitality she had long suppressed. But of course, this is no fairy tale. Society isn't kind to love that crosses boundaries. Gossip begins to spread. Mrs. Bolton, Clifford's caretaker and a master of subtle manipulation, starts to suspect. Clifford himself, though emotionally distant, isn't oblivious to the changes in Connie. The relationship between Connie and Mellors is a rebellion, not just against Clifford, but against the entire system that defines who they're supposed to be. And then, a twist. Connie discovers she's pregnant with Mellors' child. This revelation adds urgency to their situation. For Connie, the child represents hope, a chance to start over and build a life based on love and authenticity. But for society, it's scandalous. A lady carrying the child of a gamekeeper? Unthinkable. Their love faces obstacle after obstacle. Mellors is married but estranged from his bitter, vindictive wife, who refuses to grant him a divorce. Connie herself struggles with the expectations placed on her as a lady. Will she give up the security of her title and wealth for a life of uncertainty with Mellors? The novel leaves us on an unresolved yet hopeful note. Connie and Mellors dream of a life together, away from the judgmental eyes of society. But their future remains uncertain. Now let's talk about the deeper meaning of this story. Lady Chatterley's Lover isn't just a love story, it's a bold critique of the world Lawrence saw around him. The novel explores the dehumanizing effects of industrialization and class divisions. Clifford's obsession with coal mining reflects a society consumed by profit and power, while Mellors represents a return to nature, to the primal and the real. And then there's the theme of sexual liberation. Lawrence doesn't shy away from the physical aspects of Connie and Mellors' relationship. In fact, he celebrates it. At a time when discussing such topics was taboo, Lawrence argued that intimacy is an essential part of being human, a way to connect on the deepest level. But here's the thing. When Lady Chatterley's Lover was first published in 1928, it was considered scandalous. Its explicit language and candid exploration of sexuality led to bans across multiple countries. It wasn't until 1960, after a famous obscenity trial in England, that the novel gained mainstream acceptance. The trial wasn't just about the book. It was about society's willingness to confront and accept conversations about love, sex, and human connection. So what can we take away from this story? At its core, Lady Chatterley's Lover is about rediscovery. It's about challenging the rules that tell us who we're supposed to be and finding the courage to follow our hearts. Connie and Mellors' love story reminds us that sometimes, to truly live, we must step into the wild, untamed woods and take a chance on what feels real. Thank you for joining me on this journey through one of literature's most daring and beautiful novels. If this story moved you, if it sparked a thought or a feeling, let me know in the comments. And if you'd like more tales of passion, rebellion, and timeless literature, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Until next time, keep reading, keep dreaming, and keep exploring the stories that make us human.